And we are getting pushed and shoved, and we want to say, bring it. Bring it. Because we're ready. Nothing happens until we're ready. And we've had the seed of that potential, of that power, from the moment of our conception. And so we do go through cycles. Whether we look at them astrologically or through palmistry or in whatever ways that we set that pulse, there are stages in our lives, and we need to learn how to use those stages rather than have them use us. If we do that, then we don't have to spend our time resisting or suffering, but embracing what occurs, because it occurs only because we have matured to the level of being able to use it. And that's very important to understand, because we so often feel as if it's happening to us. People come and go, material things come and go. The reason we're having this economic crisis right now is this is a 3-year, so it's asking us to be very creative. If we are very creative this year, we will learn how to shift and to manifest in ways that we haven't for thousands of years. That's what's awaiting us. After all, if you can call the rain, if you can say, I knew that person was going to call me, then you can create something that brings about any kind of abundance, whether it's love or money or health or some kind of newness, some kind of change that frees you from your patterns. The thing that I can say that is occurring right now is that all of those pulses, if you talk about a jump-off point, are shifting. And we need to shift with them. So if somebody's looking at their astrological chart, for example, they really need to be looking at the progress chart. What am I in relationship to what's going on in the planets, in the universe, in the earth, in the people? People are always saying, I don't fit. And we haven't learned to figure out how we do fit. Because everyone outside you is a reflection of you. If there is, as I saw in Africa, a flood, well, you're a part of that. How can you use it? And some things will die in it. Some animals will die, some plants will die, some things will change. But if we could see in a bigger arena, a bigger hologram, then we wouldn't have to squeeze or hold on. We could really feel the power of letting go and moving to the next and moving to the next. There's always and always will be something awaiting our consciousness, awaiting us. Are we ready? Are our eyes open? Are our hearts pure? They are. Yes?
Hi. I've been in Galileo now for 4 or 5 days, joyous days,
Great.
I should say. And I noticed that the energy in this area is just out of this world.
Literally, my friend.
For lack of a better word. So why is it that only certain places on planet Earth have that kind of energy? And if you could talk about that.
I will. I will say why and then I will debunk it. The Earth has meridians, like the body has meridians. It has channels. It has underground channels. It has folding in of friction and energies that describe it. And so certain places build up a certain kind of energy. Humans have always been attracted to those energies. For example, the Galileo Basin, which was actually created by a meteorite way off someplace else, and became sacred to the Native Americans who came here and said, this is a sacred place where we connect with our sky brothers. And so they came here to make that link with the earth and the sky. That created a vibration that stays, because whatever we do and whatever our consciousness is, it penetrates the earth, and it's held there. And so you can really, as you were saying, go someplace and feel that it's very, very different than another place. And what may be setting that difference up happened 5,000 years ago, and it's still resonating in that way. And so yes, there are specific places on the planet that say, well, we are a vortex and we open to the sky. And that's what Galisteo is, although it has, in actuality, it does have both. And some places are places that draw in, you know, or bring up from the earth because of the natural meridian kinds of lines. It might be lines of wind or lines of water under the earth or fire under the earth that cause a specific kind of encapsulated, we could almost say, energetic. I had a wonderful experience one time, again with the Devic Kingdom. I was doing a foreword for a wonderful children's book about flowers and the messages from flowers. And it was about a sunflower. And someone inadvertently gave me, on the day I was going to write that, a huge sunflower. So I was being silly and I was driving along, so I took this giant sunflower and stuck it up to my ear and said, okay, tell me. And it said something very interesting to me. It said, tell the two Davids, us guys, that every place is sacred. So it's really not only the energies that are there, but again, as I was saying before, how you align with those energies. And if you're sitting someplace, it may be a place that wants to bring up from the earth. And so by becoming part of that bringing up from the earth, you can suddenly open to certain kinds of wisdoms. Or it might be a place that is taking in from the cosmos, that kind of vortex. And so by aligning to that, you can hear that. And so I always say to people, wherever you are has a special energy. All you have to do is sort of peel away the dust, you know, the sediment that's on top of it, and get to that essence. And that will be your teaching. But sometimes people say, well, I wonder why I'm attracted to New Mexico, or I'm attracted to a forest, or I'm attracted to something. Many times I would say it has to do with incarnational memories, cellular memories. Your body remembers a place, and so it feels as if the place opens up to you. I think that's one of the reasons I was drawn here to Galisteo to do this incarnational work, is to move past the limitation of time and to really be able to access these incredible energies that are here, so that when people come here, they too can align to something that nourishes them, but at the same time opens them up. And spring is very powerful in New Mexico. There's not much to look at. You know, we get thrilled over the one bulb, the one little piece of green that's sticking up. But we have a sky, and our sky is alive. And so that juxtaposition of the earth and sky here creates a certain kind of, I could say, infolding that really will allow you to slip through the veils of third dimension and other dimensions. Again, the Devic dimension, the mineral kingdom. And so everywhere in the world has something for you, and you may be attracted here, and you might be attuned to this, one, because perhaps you lived here at some time, or you have some point of association within your cellular memory of this place, and two, because Galisteo certainly opens all levels of consciousness, and so it can gift you that awareness of there's energy here, and I have the right to take it in. You have the right to suck it into you and take it back to wherever you're coming from, you know, and you'll find that it has changed you. Because again, like transcending, I can't get that word, transcending adversity, lifting you up so that when you go home, you really are bigger than the life you came from and the body you came from, and that's a tremendous gift. And that's when you begin to be the source for all the people, because you're carrying that energy. And that's why, though we travel out to other parts of the United States and other parts of the world, we always feel, come to Galisteo. You have an experience that's a little bit different, especially if you're doing incarnational work and really opening up all the bodies you carried and all the points of reference that you have. So I love that you say that. Again, I travel the world, but when I come home last night, it was so wonderful to come home to a new moon. I was in a new moon in Africa as well, but to lay there and be part of the stars was such a healing and nourishing gift, and it's available for all of us. So I'm glad that you're here.
Thank you.
You're welcome.